Come on, Floyd. Be with the big boys. Let's do this again. And if you had any self-respect or respect for the boxing fans, you would do it. Hey there, it's another edition of Coffee with a Goose. Thank you so much for joining me again. My producer Jude and I really appreciate you guys watching us on a consistent basis and subscribing to our channel. The number just keeps growing. I think last check we're over 55,000. That's amazing. But we try and do it the right way, not with just rumors and insults and all that nonsense. We try and be big boys, and we try and have, build up a good reputation. We'll continue that, okay? Got some more great Manny Pacquiao news for you this program, so stick with me. But first, we have to have our, I think that's Manny. Is that my phone? Got more messages. So hang on there, Manny. I'll talk to you in a minute. I'm more important than that. This is a this is a show. Anyhow, my coffee. It is Coffee with a Goose. As you know, my coffee, very strong, like my opinion, and sweet. Gotta be sweet because I am sweet. It's got some creamer in there to make it sweet, just like me. I'll spit it out. All right. We have tried to get the lowdown on who Manny Pacquiao is going to fight next. It's been almost 2 years. His last fight, and that was a great time. That was what a fantastic exhibition that was. Not just in the skill in the ring, but the promotion, the trash talking, and it was great. And of course, Manny Pacquiao won that fight in July 20th. That was my anniversary of 2019 against Keith Thurman, a worthy opponent, of course. He was an undefeated champion. And Manny, who was at that time 11 years older than Keith, defeated him, knocked him down in the first round, and won the WBA World Welterweight title. Unfortunately, Manny hasn't fought in 2 years. There's a good reason for that. But because of that absence, the WBA has taken away their fight. I think they call him a champion in waiting, whatever that is. It's kind of like Pope Benedict. He wears the crown, but he's not really, or is he? I'm not sure. But, in our eyes, he's still a champion. He's maybe the greatest ever. And we're still waiting to see who he's going to fight next. The reason he hasn't fought in 2 years, it's COVID. I don't know about any of these other guys. Wish them all the best. But this is Manny Pacquiao. He doesn't fight in front of an empty arena. We don't do that. He's all about the show and the fans and the pageantry, if you will. So nothing about it is fake and just for entertainment purposes. It's for the fight. It's the blood in your nose. He doesn't play around in the ring. You get in the ring with Manny Pacquiao, get ready. You're in for a fight. And we don't know who his next opponent is going to be. But yeah, we have our wish list. The last name, well, all of the names have gone by the wayside. Conor McGregor, Mikey Garcia, Terrence Crawford, Ryan Garcia, Errol Spence Jr., blah, 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 blah. Nobody's, did I mention Terrence Crawford? Yeah. We've got nothing yet, and it's been almost 2 years, but we're hoping it's going to happen pretty soon. You want to get that, Jude, or just hang up on them? Gee, these people. Yep, there you go. Just flip it down there. Yeah. I don't want to brag, you guys, but, when you're the Coffee with the Goose, you're able to afford, you don't just get the same crap that other people get with phones. I went for the high echelon. It's called what is going on here?
It's Biden calling.
Who is it?
President Biden.
Oh, gee. I wonder if he even knows who he's calling. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to get into politics here. But where was I? Oh, yeah, I was bragging about my phone. It's called a flip phone. You flip it. Look it up. It's space age technology. It's amazing stuff. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, Jude. It looks cheap. It ain't cheap. It's like $25, man. Hey, we don't play around. Thank you, sir. Okay, so who's next with Manny Pacquiao? I heard a rumor. We're not into rumors, but this is a great rumor. The upcoming Floyd Mayweather Jr. fight with Logan Paul in June. We hear that Manny Pacquiao is going to crash the scene and make an appearance and maybe, do a little taunting himself. That would be fun, although Manny doesn't do that. Let's talk about Floyd and Manny for a minute, shall we? I'm not here to whine. I don't do that. But I like to discuss issues. Maybe you don't agree with me. Maybe you do. That's fine. Floyd and Manny fought this fight of the century, 2015, and it was a joke. It was a joke because Manny had the injured shoulder. Don't tell me he just made it up. He had his shoulder operated on right afterwards. Come on now, let's stick with the facts here. It was also a joke because of Floyd. I'm not going to say he was juiced, but he was caught in training camp using an IV. He claims he was just taking vitamins. What happened to one a day? I think just pop the pill. Come on, Floyd. We know darn well you weren't just taking vitamins in an IV. Why did he use an IV? Well, the experts, the people in the know say it's to mask performance-enhancing drugs. Floyd, I'm not going to call him a cheater. Oh, no, I will. No, who knows? I just don't know what happened there. And then the fight itself. And I'm of the opinion that Floyd didn't school him like some of you, embarrass him like some of you guys saying. People who say that just didn't watch the fight. Okay, if you don't think Manny won the fight, or at least it was a draw, watch that fight again. Not in slow motion. I'm not going to go to those extremes. Watch it with the sound turned down, so you don't hear these boys sitting on Floyd's lap all the time and lavishing. Oh, it's Floyd. Look at how he can't handle it. Floyd's just too quick and defensive genius. Watch the fight again, and you'll see that Manny matched him punch for punch, punches that landed. And in my opinion, it was a draw and maybe even a win for Pacquiao. Why do I dare say that Manny Pacquiao actually beat Floyd Mayweather? Well, this is something you guys who really follow boxing, you know this. Casual fans may not. I'll remind you. If you're a judge in a boxing match, and let's say they land equal number of punches, everything's equal, but one guy is the aggressor. He's the one who initiates the contact and the fight. It was Manning. He chased him half the fight. Floyd, and you look it up again. Floyd had his moments. He's great. I mean, there's no question. But watch it again. Floyd, for the most part, would hit him with a couple of jabs, really ineffective jabs, and then run. And then grab him. And then they'd break it up, a couple more jabs, and then run. That's the extent of the fight. And how can you, with any self-respect as a judge, give Mayweather those rounds when that was the scenario? Manny was chasing this guy around. And it's just not my opinion. That's how you're supposed to judge fights, is who's the aggressor, who initiates the confrontation and the violence. It's a fight, right? Pacquiao won that fight, okay? You guys may not like that, but that's my opinion. And again, you don't believe me, look it up. So anyhow, Floyd Mayweather, a lot like Juan Manuel Marquez, two guys that beat Pacquiao. Neither one of them, I know it's been a few years for, go ahead and let him out there, Jude, if you like. I know it's been a couple more years for Juan Manuel Marquez, but Marquez knocked him out. I think it was 2012. He did not want another rematch with Pacquiao. Notice I said another rematch. Marquez had already fought him 3 times going into that fight. Pacquiao won 2 of them, and the other fight was a draw. And one of the judges in that fight admitted that they judged it wrong. They judged a 3 knockdown round, 10-8 instead of 10-7, which is the way it should have been by the rules, and Pacquiao would have won that fight. So Pacquiao really beat him 3 times before Marquez knocked him out. Manny Pacquiao, I think, has fought 12 rematches. I'm pretty sure he's 11-1 in rematches. That one, and 3 of them were Marquez. He won the first 2. And that only loss in those 12 fights, those 12 rematches, was against Marquez. And Marquez didn't want a rematch again after that. He said, no, I don't need that. Because he was getting the snot beat out of him, that fight. Even being juiced, and you know he was juiced. You don't get pimples on your back when he was how old? 35, 36, something like that. It doesn't happen. And go look into that too. We know he was not, playing like a good boy. But give him credit. For the most part, he's a respectable fighter, and he's a Hall of Famer, Juan Manuel Marquez. But he did not want another piece of Manny Pacquiao. He knew better. And Floyd Mayweather Jr., same thing. After that fight that he won against Pacquiao, he didn't want a rematch either. And that's the only reason Pacquiao went from top rank to PBC under Al Heyman and Floyd Mayweather's banner. Was just so he could fight Floyd and get a rematch depending on who won. So Floyd didn't want a rematch. It's been 6 years now, my goodness. And he still doesn't want it. Instead, he's fighting exhibitions. He fought Conor McGregor. That was a joke. He fought some kid, some 18-year-old kickboxing kid from Japan, and that was a joke. And now another joke is coming on June 6th, and that's against Logan Paul. I saw an interview with Mayweather here just today. Oh, why are you fighting Logan Paul? Well, it's money. It's money. He's got great drawing power. He's a YouTuber. Logan Paul and Jake Paul, his brother. They're not fighters any more than you or I. That's going to be just an exhibition. And the Paul brothers are playing their parts, and he's going to beat up Mayweather. He's an old man. Mayweather's going to win because that's the way it's all arranged. It's in writing. That's how Mayweather operates. It's all business. It's all entertainment. It's all money, and he'll tell you. He'll tell you. He said the reason he's fighting Logan Paul is it's a $35 million guarantee paycheck, maybe $100 million. Well, of course he should fight Logan Paul. Who could? And the interviewer actually asked Floyd, well, where else can you get that kind of money? Who else has that kind of drawing power? Who else is it? Oh, Manny Pacquiao, that's right. Far more than that $35 million or that $100 million. They're going to rake in, they did the first fight, I think Floyd got over 280 million, something like that. And Manny got about 120 million, something like that. So come on now, it's all an exhibition. Floyd to this day, and I respect his ability, don't respect him, his beating women up and his racism. Look it up. I have a hard time respecting that. And it's hard to watch him fight because he doesn't really fight, but he wins. That's Floyd's game. He's good, but he's not going to fight Manny. And now it appears, this would be hilarious if it happened, that Manny would show up ringside for this Floyd Mayweather, Logan Paul debacle and just make an appearance and say, come on now, come on, be a man. What you're doing now with this YouTuber, that's not being a man. Come on, Floyd, be with the big boys. Let's do this again. And if you had any self-respect or respect for the boxing fans, you would do it. Who knows? But I'd love it. I'd love it. What do you guys think? Love to hear your opinion. I know some of you people disagree with my take on the Mayweather-Pacquiao fight 6 years ago, but hey, that's okay. We can be friends and still disagree, right? All right, that's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. Stick with us. My producer Jude and I really appreciate you guys watching us on a regular basis. We've got many more shows to come, and hopefully we'll get that official announcement from Manny Pacquiao very soon, and you'll hear it all from us, all right? That's it for this edition of Coffee with the Goose. You guys take care.